I want to put a magical hermephrodite on the Xbox. So I've never really been into YouTube Shorts myself for the most part. Mostly because on the mobile app on my phone, if I watch one of them, it'll just if I don't then watch a full video, it'll then assume, oh, every time you open the app, you want to watch a short, and I don't want to do that. I don't. It'll autoplay one. I hate that. It gets added to my history. I have to go into my history and delete them. With that in mind, I would like to start doing shorts shortly. Fuck. I keep doing it with the puns. But the main reason why is that it'll help attract people to the channel, and this ties into I have notes as always. I work best with notes. They're just bullet points. Same way I run D&D campaigns and shit. Honestly, like 5 sentences, 5 bullet points. That can get me a 4-hour session in D&D. Like I can just make shit the fuck up. It's great. That's why I've always wanted to do stuff like this. It's just I've always had technical difficulties or just family problems that distract me. So, shorts. What will I do with them? Okay, so main ones just gonna be taking stuff I say in videos and cut it down to a minute and then put that up as a short. I probably do captions so that people can understand me better in them. I would do captions for the full-length videos, but I don't know quite the best way to do them without just manually listening through and then typing it all out. I'm not a fast typer. It will take like 3 fucking hours for video or some shit. Like, just listening to it, thinking about what I'm saying, typing it out to match with what's on screen. Take too long. Hopefully the auto captions on the site are working on my videos. I'll check that at some point, actually. See if those are going on, because hopefully those would help. I hope those are helping. I hope those are working. But in the shorts, probably do captions, make it easier for people to say what I'm saying when I'm see what I'm saying, and hopefully get some attention. Because you know what, I'm just gonna skip some of these notes to the main thing. So back in the day, I found a channel that was at the time small. Technically still small in YouTube standards, still niche, but still fairly small. I think under 10,000 subscribers. And I was like, this dude's pretty fucking great. I can't recommend the channel to most people because they don't want to watch an hour of footage just to hear... Now, mind you, I like watching his videos in their entireties, but the highlights of the videos are generally, shorts length, where it's just like a little ramble or something that people would really enjoy. And I made a Twitter account specifically just to contact him. This was before YouTube Shorts was a thing. And I was like, man, I should make a Twitter account and be like, hey, do I have permission to make like little compilations or like little shorter videos to help show off why you're so funny? And I tried to, make an example and be like, hey, is this cool for me to do? But back then, the computer I used was so shitty, it would crash every single time. It would crash every time I tried editing. Trying to edit down an hour-long video, just shortcut would just fucking crash, and that was the worst. So, I never contacted him, and it never came to be. But I got vindicated when YouTube Shorts came out, and he started doing them, and he blew up, and I think he's acknowledged that it's because of the YouTube Shorts. And I was like, fuck, it feels good to be vindicated. Feels bad not to have been able to be like, hey man, I think this would really help your channel. So that kind of sucks. And that dude's Lyle Schnub. He's a great channel. If for some reason you don't already know about him and you're watching my little channel, go watch him if you want to watch a dude cover Morrowind until he fucking dies. Like in real life. I believe that's his idea, is that he's going to keep playing Morrowind in different iterations of it until he dies. Morrowind Mondays forever. Hopefully we can find some way to increase his longevity so that we have Morrowind Mondays for... Man, I don't know if they could go on until the heat death of the universe, but I kind of want to see him try. as a brain in a jar. So, going back through my notes, the shorts would also include, beyond just the stuff on my channel and one-offs, would also include, oh yeah, one-offs, not just stuff from the episodes, but also just sometimes I want to say something, and it's not going to take more than a minute, though knowing me, it's going to take several minutes, and I'll just cut down the most important parts into less than a minute. The other important part of the shorts would be to use them to help bring attention to things like sales going on. Because my roommate really wanted Disco Elysium, and it's in a bundle. And I was like, hey, this bundle is like $10 to get Disco Elysium. And, it has some other games in it that are pretty cool. And I'm like, oh shit, I could do shorts on the channel and use that to help other people find cool games that are on sale cheap as shit. And so that's another use I'll use for the shorts, because it doesn't take long to make them, probably just like an hour altogether, hour or less, because, the editing process and the uploading and all that stuff. I can do it short notice. I can make a little 1-minute video where I talk about what's on sale. And so I can show people that, and it'll be, a nice way to show off games that are on sale relevant to the channel, that are on my big fuck off list. Which probably, let's see, I already did a video on the first 18 games I'll be covering, which is going to go up to 19 because I'm adding Borderlands 1. But, the full list is about 123 games, probably going to go far above that in the time it takes to... This is going to be like a decade-long project altogether, because covering more than one game a month is not going to be easy with these games that take 80 or so hours to beat. Even at recording 2 hours per video, that's still going to be 40 episodes, which is 40 days, which is a month and change. So about, it's going to take about a decade to get through all the games that are already on the list. I mean, some of these games, they're so short that it's going to be like 1 or 2 episodes long. So that's going to help a lot. But what I'm thinking is, because the Yakuza is the longest series, because Yakuza is the longest series, what I'm going to do is I'll probably alternate between an RPG, a short game, Yakuza, a short game, an RPG, and, going back and forth. So, first we have Octopath Traveler, then I'm going to do A Year of Springs, then I'm going to do Yakuza 0, then I'm going to do another short game, and then I'm going to do an RPG. Not sure which one yet. Might start Morrowind. I need to decide on a few things for that first. I need to get the mod load order all settled. I want to make sure there's as few visual glitches as humanly possible, because I don't want those yellow warning signs popping up. They're almost literally yellow warning signs. They're like, I think they're for like 3D objects, which is kind of neat. Because I noticed that some of those were popping off in the one treasury. I believe the Redoran treasury, some of the armor there was freaking out. So, I want to avoid that kind of an issue. Let's see, going back to my notes. I've pretty much covered all of my notes, but in order to stretch this episode out past 10 minutes, I'll just talk about another topic. So, let's see, what other back to that bundle that had Disco Elysium in it. The bundle also included the Road Warden, or whatever it's called. It included Pillars of Eternity 1, Pillars of Eternity 2, and then like a 5th one, I think. The one that's like in Australia. Which I believe the developers of that Australian RPG, I think it's like post-nuclear or some shit. Kind of like Mad Max, but not. I don't know if you have a car. I think you just shoot dogs. Yeah. So yeah, basically Borderlands, if it was an isometric sort of RPG. Because I don't like using the term CRPG, because computer RPG is just sort of like, well, I mean, at that point, it's like, when I say isometric RPG, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Baldur's the Gates. I'm talking about these turn-based, almost isometric. I know that technically not all of them are isometric, but, like, you know what I mean. It's that fucking, like, top-down, almost like Diablo-ass view. Computer adding just computer in front of RPG doesn't do anything to help differentiate, because some people are like, oh, well, Morrowind's a computer RPG. I'm like, is it's on the Xbox, it's on the original Xbox, because that was the main selling point to Michael Kirkbride of making Vivek, was because he was like, I want to put a magical hermephrodite on the Xbox, and then he did, and it was wonderful. Unfortunately, the limitations of the Xbox made the game have to shrink down some of their ideas. But at the same time, a lot of games at the time still didn't have such huge worlds, and it's like, I mean, you're still gonna run into technical glitch. I mean, fuck, Vivek to the City still runs fucking poorly. Like, it doesn't run well. Like, sure, yeah, on OpenMW it runs decently, but, like, it still has its issues. I might include some mods, actually, to make it even better. Yeah. I'll focus just on the core game and all the stuff in it. I'm gonna have some mods that bring stuff in from Tamriel Rebuilt. You know, the other mods that adds more of the world spaces, the other countries and such. Because I like the idea of having the stuff in there. Although I might just actually include Tamriel Rebuilt, so that if I want to, years down the line, you know, no, I might as well just do a whole new character for that. I might eventually do some Tamriel Rebuilt, which would extend the game, because Tamriel Rebuilt is a mod that started before a lot of people that I know were even born. It was started even before Morrowind came out. It's a project to add the mainland of Morrowind to Morrowind the game. Morrowind the game takes place on Vardenfell, which is an isolated island. It was sort of like a nature preserve in a way, but like a religious reserve. And it was recently opened to colonization. And so the mainland wasn't added due to technical and time issues, but fans are slowly adding it. And they've added enough landmass that I want to say it doubles it triples, because it is itself double the landmass of the core game. I believe at minimum. I think it might be 2.5. But still, massive, adds a bunch of shit. Great. And there's other efforts to, like, I want to say, I might get the names wrong because of the way they worded them, but it's like Project Cyrodiil. Is it, what the fuck do they call the overall project? It's like Tamriel Unlimited. That might be it. I'm not quite sure. Because yeah, I know there's the team working on Cyrodiil. There's Skyrim Home of the Nords, but I can't remember the overall, because they're all like working together for the most part. And Skyrim of the Home of Nords has workable area. I believe they're adding Markarth Side pretty soon. The one for Cyrodiil covered Anvil and the surrounding towns. I believe people are working on Daggerfall and a couple other provinces. I believe Black Marsh / Argonia is earmarked for the core Tamriel Rebuilt team for when they finish Tamriel Rebuilt. Probably in like 15-20 years. And that's when they're going to get started on Argonia. I assume that in the meantime, they're coming up with ideas for Argonia, the province. But yeah, I guess that's where I'll leave it for today. I'll see you later.